like to invite everyone in the audience to go ahead and close their eyes for a moment and to answer for yourself the question, what image comes to mind when we hear the words climate change? We know from surveys that the most popular images floating around in your minds right now are either A, a lone polar bear stranded on an iceberg, or B, a melting glacier. You can go ahead and open your eyes. In popular media, melting glaciers have become an iconic symbol of climate change. Almost every week, there is a new article with an image of a glacier face with crumbling icebergs crashing into the water. But when we see those images, they usually contain only ice and snow in faraway corners of the world. Almost never do they contain people or communities. My question is, are the consequences of glacier loss really so far away? Today, I will share 6 surprising ways that glacier loss impacts humankind. Let's start on the Juneau ice field, the site of my PhD research. Ice is being lost here at a rate equivalent to a layer of water 0.7 meters deep each year. Zooming in, we can see that water from glacier melt is very different than water from snowmelt or rain. It is very opaque from being full of finely ground sediment, and it is very cold. But some species thrive downstream of glaciers, including Alaska's famous Pacific salmon. For Alaskans, salmon fishing means food and commercial income, bringing in $1 billion annually to Southeast Alaska. But my PhD research showed that in climate change, Juneau icefield rivers are seeing earlier and more glacier meltwater. At the same time, biologists see salmon migrating earlier into these streams, altering this community's access to food and livelihood. Next, still on the Juneau icefield, several lakes have recently developed in small valleys formerly ice-filled and now blocked by a main glacier. In these glacier-dammed lakes, the water eventually breaks through the ice and drains all at once. These glacier-like outburst floods were unknown to Juneau residents until 2011, when this glacial river flooded unexpectedly. Outbursts now occur annually or more, regularly threatening infrastructure. Next, another Alaska location, but a different hazard. Prince William Sound is known for deep fjords, including Barry Arm in the Northern Sound, an area normally thick with fishing boats, barges, and sightseeing cruises. But this spring, scientists warned of a possible devastating tsunami in Barry Arm. They found that from 2009 to 2015, this slope moved a shocking 180 meters downhill, destabilized by the retreat of supporting ice. This slope is expected to fail within the next 20 years. If it fails all at once, the tsunami could send waves 10 meters high to the town of Whittier. A similar event in Greenland in 2017 killed 4. Beyond the safety hazards from ice loss, glaciers are also, for many parts of the world, a crucial water resource. Like nature's water towers, glaciers deliver water downstream during the hottest and driest parts of the year. In arid regions like the Hindu Kush Himalaya, glaciers provide up to 40% of annual water to the major rivers. In addition to drinking water, this water also supports food and energy production. However, the contribution from glaciers is expected to drop by up to 20% in these catchments by the mid-21st century. And the population depending on water and food production from these rivers, 2 billion, or 1 in 4 people on Earth. Something else that we probably all know by now is that along with increased glacier melt comes sea level rise. Folks may even know that we anticipate up to 2 meters of rise by 2100. Maybe this fact is not as surprising. But did you know that this sea level rise has the potential to displace by submersion or chronic flooding up to 650 million people by 2100? This is expected to be the largest human displacement ever seen. What is more, people fleeing climate change are yet to have the same legal rights as those fleeing war or persecution. There is no legal definition for a climate refugee. So what can we do about it? I can tell you what I do whenever I teach or do research. I emphasize that climate change is not just environmental, but an economic, safety, and human rights issue. This helps bring that image of the melting glacier closer to home.